Okay guys, another video, continuation ng ating previous video. So, nagtapos tayo doon sa problem number 30. So, this time, ang ating problem is about the recurrent electric circuits. So, problem 31 to 50. So, try nating matapos ito 31 to 50 hanggang bali, ano yan, 20 items na problem, sasagutan natin lahat. Okay? Ayan. Electrical engineering, solve problems, the recurrent electric circuits. Solution process. So, the same siya dun sa ating previous solution process. So, skip na natin yan. So, ito. Naglagay na tayo ng portion ng question ng ating calculator. Kasi ilalagay na natin dyan yung ating calculator. So, let's try to click here. Yan yung gagamitin nating calculator during the entire process of our solving of problems. Okay? So, proceed na tayo dito sa unang problem. Problem number 31. A load of 10 ohms was connected to a 12 volts battery. The current drawn was 1.18 amperes. What is the internal resistance of the battery? So, in this case, drawing natin yung circuit para mas madali nating maintindihan. Okay? So, let's draw. You have a 12 volts battery here. So, let's say you have battery. Okay? Then, meron kang certain resistance na 10 ohms. Yan yung load. So, you have 10 ohms here. Then, dito is 12 volts battery. Then, meron kang current na 1.18. And then, ang hinahanap, ano yung ano daw yung resistance nitong baterya mo. So, let's say R, certain resistance ng battery. So, anong formula gagamitin natin? So, based dun sa previous video, dun sa theorem, so, gagamit tayo dito ng Ohm's Law. So, ano ba yung Ohm's Law? Voltage is equals to current multiply sa resistance. So, in this case, parehas siyang R total, I total, tsaka B total. So, ano ba yung B total? So, yung B total mo is 12 volts. Then, yung I total mo is 1.18. Ano yung R total? Ang R total mo is itong 10 ohms na load plus yung internal resistance ng battery. And then, by basic algebra, i-divide natin both side ng 1.18. So, ganito ang mangyayari dyan. 10 plus R is equals to 12 divided by 1.18 is equals to, matitira dyan ay, R is equals to 12 divide 1.18 minus 10. So, ano yung sagot? This time, gagamit tayo ng mahiwagang calculator sa pag-compute niyan. So, type natin. So, click mo to. Then, mag-input ka ng 12. Press down. Input mo yung 1.18. And then, press side. Subtract ka ng 10. And then, press equals. So, since naka fraction. So, you have to press this SD para magpunta sa decimal. So, ang sagot is 0.169. So, 0.169 ohms. So, yan yung internal resistance. So, kapag niround up mo yan, magiging 0.2 ohms. So, from the choices, ang sagot is letter B. Okay? Diba, madali lang itong unang problem. Unang problem kasi ito. Okay? Proceed na tayo sa problem number 32. Okay? So, clear natin yung ating CoQ muna. So, basahin natin. Problem number 33 muna. The potential at the terminal of the battery falls from 9 volts on an open circuit to 6 volts when a resistor of 10 ohms is connected across its terminal. What is the internal resistance of the battery? So, una, drawing ulit natin. So, let's say you have battery here. So, yan. So, ang nami-measure daw dyan is 9 volts. Nung wala pang nakakabit na resistance. So, let's say meron kang certain resistance here na yan. Ang value ng resistance mo is 10 ohms. So, bumagsak siya ng 6 volts. Ang sabi niya, falls from 9 volts to 6 volts when a resistor of 10 ohms is connected across its terminal. So, yung 6 volts mo nandito. Yun yung kinonsume ng resistance. So, by inspection, malalaman mo na agad na yung, let's say, merong ditong value of, certain resistance of the battery, o internal resistance. So, yun yung hanapan natin ng value, yung R. So, syempre, kung nakakabit na yan, kakaroon ka ng certain, current, value of I. So, ano yung value of I mo? Assuming na nag-connect na tayo ng, sabi doon sa problem, na i-connect na natin yung resistance na yan. Okay? So, since 6 volts yung dun sa 10 ohms, so makukuha na natin yung value of current since naka-series lang naman yan. So, ang current natin is equals to V over R. I at I at 6, at 10 ohms. So, equals din yan sa I total. V over R. Yung voltage mong gagamitin is yung 6 volts. Since yan yung voltage drop dito sa 10 ohms. And then, divided by 10. So, yan yung value of current mo. Okay? So, 6 over 10, convert natin sa decimal. Pwedeng hindi na rin. Para hindi mabawasan ng decimal places. Yan. Magiging 3/5 or 0.6. So, sulat natin, 0.6. 0.6 amperes. And then, hanapin naman natin ngayon yung value of resistance dito. Since ito 6 volts, ano yung dito na voltage drop dito sa value ng dito sa internal resistance. So by voltage drop formula, V total is equals to voltage across all resistance. So yung voltage sa BR plus voltage dun sa 10 ohms. Since ito 12, 9, it equals BR, and then plus ano tong voltage mo sa 10 ohms? 6 volts. So yung BR mo is equals to 3 volts. So by that, makukuha mo na yung value of resistance kasi meron ka ng current, ayan, meron ka ng BR. So R is equals to voltage divided by current. So yung R mo, to BR to, is equals to 3 over 0.6. So gamit itong calculator natin, ayan, 3 divided by 0.6. So ang sagot is 5. 5 yung value of resistance, no? So this is 5 ohms. So yan yung answer. Letter A. So, di ba? Ano lang siya, basic lang. 1 and 2 pa lang eh. So, proceed na tayo sa question number 33. The electromotive force of a standard cell is measured with a potentiometer that gives a reading of 1.3562 volts. When a 1 mega ohm resistor is connected across the standard cell's terminals, the potentiometer reading drops to 1.3560 volts. What is the internal resistance of the standard cell? So, the same formula, the same drawing. So, ang gawin natin, i-drawing ulit natin, the same dun sa drawing kanina. Let's say, we have a standard cell. So, battery. And then, let's say, nandito yung internal resistance. So, yan yung hinahanap. What is the value of internal resistance? Okay? And then, nung nag-insert daw ng, ano yan? Nag-insert or nag-connect ng 1 mega ohm. So, yan yung load. 1 mega ohm resistance or resistor. So, ang na-reading dito ng potentiometer, 1 point, yan. So, let's say, ang na-reading dyan is 1.3560 volts. Which is initially, nung wala pang resistance dito na nakakonect, ano siya, 1.3562. So, may voltage drop dito sa internal resistance. Okay? So, i-calculate natin yan. So, given itong voltage dito, tsaka yung resistance mo, the same procedure dun sa previous problem, calculate natin yung current dito. Since ano yan, meron yang current. So, may current yan dito. Okay. So, ano natin, indicate natin. So, magkakaroon ka dito ng certain current. So, equal yung current niyan across resistance. So, ano yung current natin dyan? Let's say I equals to B over R. So, anong voltage mo is 1.3560 divided by 1 mega ohm. Yan. So, ano makuha nating value of I? So, gamit tayo ng calcu. Ayan. So, input mo 1.3560 3560 divided by 1 mega ohm. Ano yung 1 mega ohm sa calcu? 1 times 10 to the 1 times 10 to the 6. So, 1 mega ohm. So, equals na natin. Oh, syntax error. I think ay mali yung pag-ano natin, pag-type natin sa calcu. So, dapat ganito na lang, hindi mo na i-erase. 1.3560 tapos 1 since times 10 to the 6 na lang yan. So, ito ang sagot. So, sulat natin yan. 1.356 to the negative 6. So, naging microampere naman to. 1.356 times 10 to the negative 6 amperes. So, lumiit siya. Ano to? Yung negative 6 is microampere. Okay. And then, para makompute natin yung voltage dito, pag minusin lang natin yung total voltage minus voltage drop sa 1 mega ohm. So, hanapin natin yung value of voltage sa internal resistance. So, yun yung BR. So, BR is equals to 1.356 minus. So, yun yun. 1.3562. Subtract mo itong voltage sa 1 mega ohm. 1.3560. So, in this case, anong sagot? O, i-calculate din natin para makita nyo. So, 1.3562 minus 1.3560. So, equals 2 times 10 to the 4th, negative 4. Okay? 2 times 10 to the negative 4 volts. So, maliliit yung value. And then, in this case, makakompute na natin yung value of R. So, yung value of R is B over I. So, ano yung B over I? R is equals to 2 times 10 to the negative 4 divided by 1.356 times 10 to the negative 6. So, equals, balik tayo sa calcu, input natin yan, clear natin. So, 2 e to the 4th divided by 1.356 e to the negative 6. So, yung sa taas pala, negative 4. So, equals natin. So, ang answer is 147.49. So, answer for the resistance is 147.49 or 0.5. So, 147.5. So, letter C. Okay? Proceed tayo ngayon sa question number 34. So, a battery is formed of 5 cells joined in series. When the external resistance is 4 ohms, the current is 1.5 amperes. And when the external resistance is 9 ohms, The current falls to 0.75 amperes. Find the internal resistance of each battery. So, in this case, dalawang senaryo. So, mag-drawing tayo ng dalawa din. So, unang drawing. Meron kang limang battery. Tama ba? Series. So, let's say meron kang limang battery dito. So, multiply mo na lang to ng 5 times. Okay? And then, meron kang, let's say ito yung internal resistance ng battery. Since, ano yan, 5 daw, so yung R mo dito, naka 5 times, so 5R yan. Tapos yung voltage mo, nandito, total voltage nung limang baterya. Then, nakakonect siya sa anong resistance? 4 ohms. And then, yung current niya dyan, initially, 1.5. And then, dun sa pangalawang senaryo, so, ang nabago is, yung, yan, ang resistance mo dito naging 9. So, yung current mo, naging 0.75 amperes. Ito, 1.5 amperes, 4 ohms, 9 ohms. So, ang tinatanong ngayon, ano yung resistance each? Ito. So, in this case, i-calculate natin. So, Ohm's law again. So, sa unang scenario, first scenario, number 1. So, B total is equals to, so, let's say B total. So, 1.5 amperes, multiply siya sa 5R. R total niya is plus 4. Then, sa pangalawang scenario, B total is equals to 0.75. Ano yan? 5R plus 9. So, meron ka ng 2 equation. But, isa lang yung unknown. So, i-equal natin yan. Okay? Paano natin i-equal yan? So, equate equation 1 to equation 2. Equation 1 to equation 2. Tama. BT is equals to BT. So, meron ka ditong 1.5 5R plus 4 is equals to 0.75 5R plus 9. So, in this case, pwede natin i-diretso to sa calculator using shift solve para makuha yung value of R. So, i-try natin. Pwede rin naman i-algebra mo pero mas mabilis sa calculator. So, ayan. Type natin 1.5 multiply sa 5. Let's say yung R mo dito sa calcu is X. 5X plus 4. So, alpha equals. So, multiply ka ng 0.75. Open parenthesis. 5 alpha X plus ka ng 9. So, in this case, pwede ka na mag-shift solve. Click mo yung shift, then, press mo yung calc. So, the value of resistance is equals to solve for x. So, equals mo to. Sagot is 0.02. 0.2. 0.2. So, ang R mo dito is 0.2. 0.2. So, using calculator, nakuha na natin yung tamang sagot. Yun yung para mabilis makuha yung sagot. Sa board exam, ganun yung ginagawa. Formulate ka lang ng equation, which is ito yun. And then, i-direct mo na yan sa calculator. Hindi ka na mag-algebra ng mahaba. So, letter C. Pwede mo rin naman itong i-expand. Pero, medyo mahaba pa. Ano mo pa to, i-distribute mo pa itong 1.5, multiply mo sa 5R. 1.5, multiply mo sa 4. Then, this one, the same multiply mo. Ganyan-ganyan ka pa, oh. Then, magta-transpose ka pa. So, medyo matagal. So, in this case, nakuha na natin yung tamang sagot gamit yung mahiwagang scientific calculator. So, sa board exam, pwede naman gamitin yung 570 ES Plus. So, same function siya sa 991 ES. So, dun sa last board exam kong na-attendan ko, which is the Master Plumber, pwede siya. Hindi ko lang alam dun sa other engineering board exam. Okay? Proceed na tayo sa question number 35. Okay? A barangay power station supplies 60 kilowatts to a load over 2,500 feet, 100 mm squared, to conductor copper feeder. The resistance of which is 0.078 ohm per 1,000 feet. The bus bar voltage is maintained constant at 600 volts. Determine the load current. So, current yung hinahanap. So, una, i-drawing natin itong ano na to, kung ano yung sinasabi dyan sa problem. So, let's say ito yung source. Okay? And then, meron kang feeder na mahaba. And then, yung load mo, ito, certain load. So, ano yan? Let's say RL. Yan. So, ito yung conductor mo. May resistance yan. So, let's say, ano yan? RC. So, resistance ng conductor. Ito, hinahanap natin to. Wala pa tong value. Kakalculate pa natin later. So, itong RL, wala pa din tong value. Pero, meron ka na ditong 600 volts. Dito, total voltage. 600 volts. Okay? So, meron kang current dito, syempre. Which is, yan yung hinahanap natin. Value of current. So, ang given mo dito sa load is 600 kilowatt, which is power. So, PL. 60 kilowatt pala, hindi 600. Okay? So, hanapin natin compute natin yung value of resistance. Itong RC ng conductor. So, RC is equals to, since may given naman yan, ayan, 2 conductors, so, multiply natin by 2. So, 2 conductors, copper feeder. So, since meron siyang ohms per 1,000 feet, i-multiply lang natin siya sa distance. So, meron kang 0.78 ohms per 1,000 feet. Para makancel yung feet, so, multiply mo dito yung 2,500 na given. Ayan. Feet. So, matitira dyan is ohms na lang. Cancel. Cancel itong feet. So, RC or RF, or feeder, is equals to, gamit tayong calcu. So, 2 multiply to 0.078. Nagkulang lang tayo doon sa sulat ko. 0.78 yan. Multiply sa 2,500 feet divided by 1,000. So, equals. So, ito yung resistance. 0.39. Okay? 0.39 ohms. So, ito, may 0 to. Kinulang lang yung sulat natin. So, ito na yung RC. Meron ka ng RC. Meron ka ng, yung RL, wala ka pa. So, paano natin makuha yung RL? So, meron kang power. So, anong formula niya? Yung power kasi is equals to I squared R. So, para makuha mo itong RL, divide mo siya ng I squared, yung power. So, your RL is equals to power, PL, over I squared. Okay? So, meron na tayong RL. So, kaso unknown yung I, which is yan yung hahanapin natin. Okay? Diretso na natin sa formula by voltage. Summation of voltage. So, yung voltage mo total is equals dun sa voltage sa RC. Let's say B conductor plus B load. So, BL. Ang BT mo is equals to, ano yung BT mo? Ito yung BT. So, 600 is equals to, yung BC mo, okay? Ano yung BC? So, gamit ka ng Ohm's law. Ang Ohm's law natin ay B is equals to IR. So, since naka-series yan, ang I niyan is equal sa lahat ng resistance. So, I, ano yung RC? 0.39. So, multiply ka dito ng 0.39. Okay? And then, mag-plus ka dito ng, ang BL mo, BL is equals to I times RL. So, yung I mo, dito, yan. Then, mag-multiply ka ng RL. Ang RL mo is PL over I squared, which is, ano yung PL? Ito, substitute na natin. 60 kilowatt. So, 60,000 watts. Divided by I squared. Okay? Again, using that, that equation, pwede nating idiretso yan sa calculator. So, i-simplify lang muna natin. So, dito, makakancel yung ano na yan. Since ito, squared, ito may I ka sa numerator, cancel, may matitirang I sa ilalim. So, in this case, mangyayari na lang dyan is, okay, 600 is equals to 0.39 I plus 60,000 over I. So, i-try natin gamit yung calcu kung masosolve natin yung value of I. No? So, ayan, clear natin to. So, gamit yung calcu, 600, shift solve ulit, equals, alpha equals, sorry, ayaw. So, 600, click, alpha equals, 0.39, alpha x. Let's say, yan yung value of I. And then, plus, 60,000 divided by alpha x. So, equals, nako, syntax error. So, ibig sabihin, hindi siya kayang isolve nung, no, mali pala yung napindot natin, dapat shift solve. So, balik tayo dun sa ating equation. 600 alpha equals, so ganyan talaga pag practice. Hindi natin kabisado yung calcu, so mistakes makes perfect. So okay lang magkamali, wag lang sa board exam magkamali, babagsak ka. Alpha x plus 60,000 divided by alpha x. So, dito, yung kanina, ganyan na yung equation natin. Ang napindot ko, itong equals. So, dapat, shift, calc. So, ayan, nagtanong siya, solve for the value of x. So, saka mo equals. Tingnan natin kung lalabas yung sagot. So, in this case, lumabas is 107. 107.51. So, kapag ni-round up mo, value of I is 108. So, which is, alin na malapit sa choices? Letter B. So, 108. So, ayan, 107.5. So, sulat natin dito. The value of I is 107.5. So, ayan. Medyo sikip na yung ano natin. Scratch. So, ang nearest is 108. So, ito na yung sagot. So, pwede mo rin siyang idiretso. I-algebra natin yan. Yan. So, basic lang siya na kaya mo nang i-algebra yan. Basic algebra lang yan. Divide. Okay. Multiply ka dito ng I. Makakancel yung I. Itong I na to mag-i-squared. Tapos magkakaroon ka ng I dito. So, papasok ka sa quadratic equation kapag gumamit ka ng algebra. And then, pwede mo rin, pag pumunta ka sa quadratic equation, pwede mo rin i-calculator kasi sa calculator natin, meron niyang quadratic function. Okay? So, yan yung kahalagahan ng calculator during board exam. So, dapat, alam mo kung paano gamitin effectively. So, yung mga function niya, napakahalaga. Okay? Proceed na tayo sa question number 36. Okay? Basahin natin. A 120 volts DC motor draws current of 100 amperes and is located 1,000 feet from the supply source. If the diameter of the copper transmission line is 0.45 inch, what must be the voltage of the supply? So, okay, madali lang din to. I-drawing lang natin. Para mas madaling mong maintindihan, lagi mong i-drawing yung circuit. So, for better analysis kasi yun. Okay? Okay, drawing natin. So, typical naman yung ano, mga circuit nila. Almost sa series lang halos lahat. So, andito yung motor mo. Let's say motor yan. Ayan. So, M. Ang sabi, 120 volts yan. 120 volts. Draws current of, so yung I niya is I equals to 100 amperes. And then, yung distance niya mula sa source, ito yung source mo. So, 1,000 feet daw. Ayan. Okay. So, drawing lang tayo para mas madaling maintindihan. If the diameter of the copper transmission line is 0.45, so yung diameter nito, ayan. Let's say ito yung transmission line mo, ano yan, 0.45 yung diameter. So, D. What must be the voltage supply? So, ito pala yung tinatanong. Voltage. DS. Okay? Since yung current mo dyan, equal naman yan. Naka-series lang naman yan. So, paano natin siya i-compute? Okay? Okay? So, una, compute natin yung resistance ng linya. Since ano yan, copper transmission line, yan, compute natin yung resistance niyan, transmission. So, let's say total RT. Transmission. So, paano i-compute yan? Anong formula gagamitin natin? So, dyan na papasok yung sa previous topic natin, resistivity multiply sa length over ano to? Area. So, meron tayong length. Itong 1,000 feet. So, meron na tayo niyan. Resistivity, meron na rin tayo. Based dun sa previous topic natin, ang value ng copper transmission line, ang resistivity niya is 10.37 ohms. Ano yan? Ohm per feet or ohm cm pala. Ano yung cm? Circular mil per feet. So, yan yung gagamitin nating value ng resistivity. Para to sa copper. No? Yan. Tapos yung length natin, so, ita-times 2 natin yan kasi dalawa. Total daw eh. Mula dito hanggang yung pagbalik. So, ito 1,000 din to. So, mangyayari magiging 2,000 yung length mo. 2,000 feet. Kasi mula sa source papuntang motor, mula motor papuntang source. So, 2,000 feet. So, ang nawawala na lang is area. Paano ma-compute yung area? So, 2,000 feet. So, area naman, since ito, circular mill yung sa resistivity mo, circular mill yung area dito. So, yung area natin is equals to D squared. So, yung area natin dito, circular mill. So, ang circular mill kasi is area ng wire na may diameter na 1 mil. So, itong area mo, since D squared yan, okay? So, yung D squared natin, 0.45, naka-inches yan. So, i-convert natin siya sa mil. So, ano ba yung value ng 1 inch sa mil. So, ang 1,000 mil is equals to 1 inch. So, magmumultiply tayo dito ng 1,000. Magiging mil. Okay? Over 1 inch. So, yun yung conversion niya. So, makakancel yung inches mo. Matitira na lang is itong mil. And then, i-squared mo yung mil na yan. Yan na yung area mo. Ang magiging ano na yan is circular mil na yung unit niyan. So, 0.45 times 1,000. So, naka-squared to. Since naka-squared itong diameter natin. Okay? So, punta tayo sa calculator. Cancel muna natin yan. 0.45 multiply sa 1,000. And then, erase mo sa 2. Squared yan. So, ang area natin is 202,500. 202,500 circular mil. So, ito na yung value of area. Meron na tayong area, meron na tayong length, meron na tayong resistivity. So, in this case, makukompute na natin yung value of resistance. So, ibahin natin ang kulay para masyado nang masikip itong ating sulatan. So, value of R is equals to 10.37. Hindi ko na isusulat yung unit ha. Diretso na yun, wala namang conversion ang gagawin. So, multiply ka sa 2,000 divided by 202,500. So, yung R natin is equals to, balik tayo sa calculator, 10.37 multiply to 2,000 divided by 202,500. So, in this case, makuha nating value of resistance is 0.1024. 0.1024 ohms. So, meron na tayong R total. Okay? So, anong next? Since nakuha na natin yung R total, so this time, makukompute na natin yung value of voltage source. So, paano? By voltage summation of voltage. So, dito na lang tayo sa ilalim. Bs is equals to, since meron ka ng value of resistance dito, tsaka dito. Hindi, nakatotal na pala yung resistance. So, yung resistance dyan, overall na. So, ito na yung RT mo. Wala ka na dito. Kasama na yun sa pag-compute kanina. So, yung ano mo, I multiply dun sa RT, which is R transmission line, ipa-plus mo pa yung voltage dito sa motor. So, ano yung voltage dyan? Ito. 120 volts. So, voltage ng motor. Okay? So, in this case, pwede na tayo magbura muna. Masyado nang masikip yung ano natin, board. So, pwede nating pwede nating erase ito. Dito tayo mag-erase sa taas. Since nakuha naman na natin yung value niyan. Okay? Okay, proceed na tayo. Yung voltage source mo is equals to IRT. So, ano yung I? 100 amperes multiply sa RT. 0.1024 0.024 plus 120 volts. So, this time, makuha na natin yung value of voltage source, which is, gamit tayo ng calcu para hindi tayo mahirapan. Clear? So, 100 multiply sa 0.1024 plus ka ng 120 equals 130.24. So, letter, what is this? 130.24. So, in this case, letter B ang sagot. Ayan. So, ito yung final answer natin. Okay? So, madali lang siya i-solve. Basta, sundan nyo lang yung step by step. Okay. Proceed na tayo sa question number 37. Okay. Sayan natin. A LRT car 5 km distance from Tayuman takes 100 amperes over a 1000 mm hard-drawn copper trolley wire having a resistance of 0.270 ohms per kilometer. The rail in the ground return has a resistance of 0.06 ohms per kilometer. If the station voltage is 750 volts, what is the voltage of the car? So, i-drawing ulit natin yan. Okay? Okay, drawing na natin. So, let's say ito yung supply voltage. The same drawing, kagaya dun sa mga previous. And then, let's say ito yung LRT, car, motor. Okay, yan yung car. Kiniinano lang natin sa circuit para mas ma-visualize natin. Then, ito ay 750 volts yung voltage supply mo. Tapos, yung current daw is 100 amperes. Okay? So, 5 kilometer yung distance niya sa Tayuman. Tayuman. Ayan. Okay. And then, yung resistance dito, let's say itong resistance dito, ang sabi niya is 0.27 ohms per kilometer. And then, yung return, ground return has so, iba yung resistance dito sa return. Ito. So, ito ay 0.06 ohms per kilometer. So, since yan ay equal distance, so, itong return mo, ano din yan, 5 kilometer. Okay? So, para makuha mo yung total resistance dito sa return, tsaka dito, dito, magmumultiply tayo ng 5 km. So, para makuha natin yung total resistance. So, equals yan sa total. Let's say ito, R1. Dito sa kabila naman, multiply ka din ng 5 km. Let's say ito ay R2. So, meron kang R1 dito, meron kang R2. Okay? So, anong sagot dyan sa dalawang resistance na yan? Yan. So, calculate natin. Una, 0.27 multiply sa 5. So, yung kilometer makakancel, yung unit na kilometer. May matitira kang 1.35 here, which is 1.35 ohms. So, yun yung value of R1. Then, yung R2 mo, calculate ulit tayo. So, multiply 0.06 multiply sa 5 kilometer 0.3. So, you have 0.3 ohms. So, in this case, pwede na natin i-total yung resistance para makuha natin yung voltage dito sa car. So, let's say BC. So, ano yung BC? So, yung based on the B total is equals to BC plus yung voltage drop dun sa resistance, sa total resistance. So, this case, let's say I multiply sa R1 plus R2 since total resistance yan. So, diretso na natin, substitute 750 equals voltage sa car plus 100 times 1.35 plus 0.3. So, makuha natin yung value of BC. Okay? So, the value of BC will be, diretso natin sa calcio. So, the BC will be 750. Subtract natin ito, itong side na to, transpose sa kabila. So, magkakaroon ka ng 100 multiply sa 1.35 plus 0.3. So, the answer will be 585 volts. So, 585 volts. So, ito yung sagot. Okay. Sagot siya sa letter A. Alam bang ano dito? 585. Parang dalawang choices na 585. Letter A tsaka letter C. No? So, pag ganyan sa board exam, naku, mahirapan ka. Mag-ano ka na lang kung alin yung nauna, yun na yung sagot mo. Letter A ang sagot yan. Dalawa yung 585, oh. Siya, tsaka ito. Okay? Basta 585 yung sagot. Bahala na kayo kung alin ang pipiliin nyo, kung A or C. Okay? Proceed tayo sa question number 38. So, clear muna natin yung calculus natin para hindi mag-init. The hot resistance of an incandescent lamp is 10 ohms and the rated voltage is 50 volts. Find the series resistance required to operate the lamp from an 80 volts supply. So, madali lang to. Drawing lang ulit natin. So, meron kang voltage dito again. Okay. Then, yung load mo is yung lamp. Ano yung lamp na yan? Ilaw yan. So, yan yun. Kasi ilaw yan. Okay. Okay. So, ang tinatanong dyan, ano daw yung isi-series mong resistance para mag-operate yung lamp? So, assuming na meron ka ditong 80 volts supply. And, yung resistance ng lamp mo is 10 ohms. So, you are looking for the value of R. Siyempre, may current flowing ka dito. Yan. So, yung voltage dun sa load mo, sa lamp, BL, is equals to 50 volts. So, ayun. So, in this case, makukompute natin yung value of IL. So, IL is equals to B over R. 50 over 10. So, meron tayong 5 amperes. Okay, then, so, calculate na natin yung value of resistance dito. Since yung I niyan is equal. So, voltage total is equals to IR plus yung voltage dito. Plus 50. So, yung I mo, nakuha na natin. Ito yan. Yung IL. Ito. So, we have 80 volts is equals to 5 amperes multiply sa R plus 50. So, basic algebra. Algebra na lang natin to. Huwag na tayo mag-calculate. Kasi pwede shift solve agad yan eh. So, may magtira kang 5R kabila. Then, 80. Transpose mo yung 50 minus 50. So, is equals to 30. So, yung 30, divide mo ng 5. So, R is equals to, divide ka ng 5 both side. 30 divide 5 is equals to 6. Okay? So, 6 ohms. Yan yung sagot. Letter, saan ang 6 ohms? Letter C. Okay? So, proceed tayo sa question number 39. Basahin natin. A resistive coil draws 2 amperes at 110 volts. After operating for a long time, if the temperature rise is 55 degrees Celsius above the ambient temperature of 20 degrees Celsius, calculate the external resistance which must be initially connected in series with the coil to limit the current to 2 amperes. The temperature coefficient of the material of the coil is 0.0043 per degree Celsius at 20 degrees Celsius. Okay? So, dali lang yan. May involve lang na ibang formula. Okay? Okay, try natin i-drawing ulit itong sinasabi dito sa problem. So, meron ka daw resistive coil. So, let's say, ito yung resistive coil. Okay? Which draw 2 amperes at 110 volts. Okay? If the temperature rise, so yung temperature rise o delta ano yan? delta T. Temperature rise. So, tumaas. 55 degree Celsius. Above the ambient temperature of, so yung 20 degree ambient temperature yon. So, environment. Calculate the external resistance which must be initially connected in series. So, initially resistance, let's say R. Yan daw yung value na i-connect to limit the current at 2 amperes. So, ayan. Temperature coefficient of material of the coil is point. So, temperature coefficient. So, ito yan, oh. So, may involved dito na formula na related itong delta T tsaka itong coefficient. So, you have 0.0043 per degree Celsius. Okay? So, ano yung formula ang gagamitin natin? So, let's compute the value of resistance here. So, yung resistance mo dito sa coil, so, yun yung final resistance na yan. Let's say R2. Bakit? Kasi, na yan, nag-gross na ng current at 55 degree, Celsius. So, tumaas na siya. So, final resistance yun. So, kukompute natin is B over I. So, yung voltage mo is 110 divided by 2 amperes equals, so 110 divided 2. So, you have what? 55 ohms. Okay? So, paano natin ma-relate itong dalawang given na to? Paano natin ma-involve dun sa calculation? So, i-compute natin yung initial resistance. Initial resistance nitong coil. Let's say R1. So, yun yung hanapin natin ulit. Tsaka itong. Okay. So, yung R1 mo is equals to, ganito kasi yung formula, yung mga na-discuss natin doon sa previous. R2 is equals to R1 multiply sa 1 plus efficient temperature multiply sa delta T. Ayan. So, in this case, makuha natin yung value of R1. So, R1 is equals to, ano yung R2 mo? 55. Di-divide mo lang itong other side. Dito. So, 1 plus, yung delta temperature coefficient mo is 0.00 4 3 multiply sa 55. Okay? So, the value of R1 will be equals to, so gamit tayo ng calcu ngayon. So, you have 55 here divided by 1 plus 0.0043 times 55 equals 44.48. So, you have 44.48. Tama ba? Okay. So, paano natin makuha yung value of ano ngayon? Yung value of resistance na isi-series mo dun sa initial resistance para maging ma-maintain yung amperahe sa 2 amperes. So, in this case, since itong R1 na to, yung nakuha nating value, yan yung initial resistance na hindi pa nagdo-draw ng current na 2 amperes. So, para ma-draw yung current, since itong isi-series na resistance na to, magko-consume to ng voltage, magko-consume siya ng power, so mare-reduce yung current dito sa saan? Dito sa coil. So, mare-reduce yan. Magiging 2 amperes lang maintain. Since magkakaroon ka ng additional load, parang additional load tong series resistance. So, paano ma-compute yan? So, ganito lang. Yung R mo, so, R2, subtract mo lang yung initial resistance. So, parang ano siya, delta resistance. Okay? So, yung R2 mo, 55 minus 44.48. So, ano yung value ng R? Pag subtract mo lang yung dalawa, 55 minus 44.48. So, the answer will be 10.52. So, the value of R is, so, ayan, 10.52 ohms. So, ito yung answer. Yan yung value of ng resistance na isi-series mo dun sa initial resistance para ma-maintain yung 2 amperes sa coil. So, letter B. Okay? Proceed tayo sa question number 40. Siguro dito na lang muna natin tatapusin yung ating video sa last question na to. Kasi medyo mahaba na yung discussion. Okay? Kailangan mag-break time ng instructor nyo. Okay, tapusin natin to. A carbon resistor dissipates 60 watts of power from 120 volt source at 20 degrees Celsius. How much power will be dissipated in the resistor at 120 degrees Celsius if connected across the same source? Assume the temperature coefficient of carbon at 20 degrees Celsius is 0.0005 per degree Celsius. So, paano yan? Again, i-drawing natin para mas maintindihan natin. Sulat muna natin itong mga given para natin mapadali yung pag-compute. Okay? So, we have since effect of temperature and resistance. So, yun yung dito yung topic na yun pumapasok. So, at 20 degrees Celsius, ano yung mga given? So, meron tayong power na 60 watts. Then, meron tayong voltage na 120 volts. Okay? Then, another scenario at 120 degrees Celsius. Okay? So, ano yan, case, ito, final temperature to. So, ito is T2. So, initial temperature, T1. Okay? So, ang makukuha natin dito, value of R1 kasi initial to eh. Dito sa kabila, R2. So, R2 yung hanapin natin dyan. Lahat ng final. R2 tsaka P2. So, yung P2, yan yung tinatanong yata dito sa problem. How much power will dissipate in the resistor? So, ito yung hanapin natin. So, dito, makukompute natin yung value of R1. Paano? So, gamit itong dalawang to, since meron tayong formula na B squared over R, power is equals to B squared over R. So, yung power mo, mapupunta dito. Then, madidivide siya sa, B squared. Since, inano lang to, pinagpalit lang. Okay? So, yung power mo na 60 watts, divide mo sa 120. So, makuha tayo ng value ng R1 na 1 half or 0.5 ohms. 60 divide 60, 1, 20 divide 60 is 2. So, 1 half. And then, gamitin natin yung formula na ginamit natin kanina. So, we have R2 is equals to R1 multiply sa 1 plus coefficient multiply sa delta T. Okay. So, yung R2 mo, hanapin natin yan. Yung R1 mo, 0.5 multiply sa 1 plus, ano yung coefficient mo? Temperature. Ito. Point. What's this? Negative. Negative ba to? Negative 0.0005 per. So, in this case, mag-ano yan? Mag-negative tayo dito. So, negative 5 multiply sa hindi pala negative 5. Erase tayo, erase. Negative 0.005. Okay. So, negative 0.0005 multiply sa delta T. So, ano yung delta T? 120 minus 20. So, 100 degrees Celsius. Okay. So, yung delta T, 120 minus 20 equals 100. 100 degrees Celsius. Okay. So, yun. Then, makuha natin yung value of R2. Calculate natin sa calculator. 0.5 multiply sa 1 plus 0.0005 times 100. So, the answer will be 21 over 40 or 0.525 ohms. So, hindi pa yun yung sagot. Ang hinahanap kasi natin, power. So, paano natin makompute yung power? So, dito natin i-compute. Okay. Natin ang yellow ball pen para mabilis. So, yung R2 mo, since ang R2 mo is 0.525, so, pag-compute ng power, is equals to B squared over R2. So, yung R2 mo is ito. Equal yan dyan. So, B squared mo is 120. Kasi sabi dyan, if connected across the same source. So, parehas lang yung source na pinagkabitan. So, 120 rin yung gagamitin mo dito. 120 squared over 0.525. So, the answer for the power is, gamit tayo ng calcu, 120 squared divided by 0.525. So, the answer is, what's this? So, there's a wrong answer. So, ang nakuha nating sagot is 27,428. So, wala sa choices. So, ano natin, i-troubleshoot natin. Parang, may mali sa ating solution. So, saan tayo nagkamali? I-troubleshoot natin. Okay guys, meron tayong error technical error sa pag-solve nito. Nakita natin kasi nagtaka tayo bakit mali yung sagot. Kasi mali yung formula natin na nagamit. Nagkabaligtad. So in this case, so ito, mali ang formula natin dito pa lang sa R1. So at least nakita natin kung saan tayo nagkamali. So ang formula dapat dito is P is equals to B squared over R1. So para makuha yung R1, dapat ito sa taas, ito sa baba. So burahin natin. Ulitin natin yung pag-compute ng value of R1. So dito lang tayo nagkamali. Sa pag-compute ng value of R1. Kaya ang effect mali na lahat. No? Yan. So yan ang kahalagahan ng pagsosolve. So itong value of R1, burahin natin yan. Tsaka itong value of R2. Okay. So proceed na tayo. So ito nang gamitin natin. Yellow ball pin. So compute natin yung R1, which is B squared over P. So, yung 120 squared over 60. So, dyan, nagkabaligtad tayo. Tapos, kanina, hindi rin natin na-squared. So, R1 is equals to, so, this time, tama na tayo dyan. 120 squared over 60. Okay, so this time, mag 240 yung resistance natin sa R1. 240 ohms. So, dito, 240 din yung gagamitin natin. So, makuha natin yung value of R2. So, compute natin ngayon yan. I think tama na yan. So, 240 multiply sa 1 plus point negative 0.0005 multiply sa 100. So, the value of resistance na makuha natin sa R2 is 228 ohms. So, the same siya dito. Ayan. So, 228 ohms. So, pag-compute ng power, B squared over R2. So, 120 squared over 228. So, ngayon, I think tama na yung sagot natin. Okay? So, ano lang yan? Wow, mali. 120 squared divided by 228. So the answer will be 63.2 or 63.15, 16. So this will be ano, the power is 63.P2 equals to 63.16 watts. So this is the final watts. So letter dog. Okay, guys? Okay, tama na. Tinamaan na ng magaling. Okay, medyo mahaba na yung video natin. Ika-cut muna natin dito sa other video, continuation. So, paalam muna. Hanggang sa muli. Please watch and subscribe to my channel for more informative videos related to electrical engineering academic subjects. So, this time, topic natin is direct current electric circuits. Sana marami kayong matutunan at kung paano natin tinotroubleshoot yung mga pagkakamali. Okay? Babush! See you in the future.